Hello! My name is Megan and welcome to my channel. I'm doing my April wrap-up today and May to be read, or TBR, you know, catching up on all the lingo. So let me get started because I read a ton of books in April. In the month of April I read quite a few books. One of them was Living with Strangers by Elizabeth Ellis. And I didn't really like that book. I have a review on my blog if you want to check it out. It's the very first one I have done. It wasn't that good. It had potential to be amazing, and then it just fell flat for me. I also read So Long, Mary Ann, a love story by Carrie Hestamar. And this is the story about Mary Ann, the muse to Leonard Cohen and Axel Jensen. Yeah. And I really like this book. I plan on doing a review sometime later this month or possibly next month. I'm not sure. I have a ton of books I need to review, so we shall see. Another book I read was My Life Among the Fairies of Walnut Ridge. This one is by Michael E. Glasscock III, and it was possibly the worst book I have ever read in my entire life. It was awful. I hate it. For my free book Friday read, or one of them, I did For Nothing, an upstate New York mafia tale by Nicholas Denman, and I really enjoyed this book. My free book Friday books are books I don't normally choose to read, and this one was a pleasant surprise. I also read The Gandy Dancer by, The Gandy Dancer by Jeff Andrews. That one was just an okay book. It was another one of my free book Fridays, and there were a lot of things I didn't like about the book and some things I had problems with. I did a review for this one and the previous one on my blog in case you want to learn more and check it out. And yeah, unfortunately they aren't free anymore, so that's a shame. I started reading Henna House. I haven't finished it yet. I read this book during the Dewey 24-hour readathon along with So Long, Mary Ann, and so far I really like it, and I'm dying to know what the ending is. I also read The Forgotten Seamstress by Liz Trenow. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this book was amazing, like 10 out of 10. I loved it. Just, it blew my mind, and I was, I can't wait to review it. I don't think that one comes out just yet. That one comes out on May 13th. And quite a few books actually come out on May 13th in case you would like to check them out. And I plan on doing reviews for all the books that I read in April. So if I haven't done it yet, just expect it. It's coming soon. Hopefully. I hope. I also read At Least You're in Tuscany by Jennifer Criswell, and I really liked that book. It was really funny. There was one point in the book where I laughed so hard that I actually fell off the couch, which was funny in and of itself. So that's a good book. I did a review for that too, and you can find that on my blog. I also read Insatiable Porn, a Love Story by Asa Akira. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not quite sure. And I think it's a little too inappropriate to review on my blog, but I did enjoy it, as strange as it was. So, you know, if you like strange and you don't mind XXX rated stuff, then you might want to check the book out. This month I only read one, you know, physical book. The rest of them were ebooks, and that was Satchel and Sword by Claudette Marco. This is the first book in a series, and I plan on doing a review for it sometime this month. At some point it will come, and I did enjoy this book, and I really can't wait to see what happens in the next books. This definitely isn't something I'd choose normally because it's a little younger. I like to read adult books most of the time, so this was a pleasant surprise for me. Now on to the May TBR books, or to be read. I have a ton of these because I use NetGalley to find a lot of books that aren't out yet. And when I first started, every time I'd ask for a book, it would be declined, except for maybe like one or two. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to ask for anything that sounds even moderately interesting. And then suddenly, every single book I asked for, I got, and I was like, oh my goodness, I now have like 50 books I need to read. So I have a lot to catch up on and then review. I have Things a Little Bird Told Me, which is about one of the guys from Twitter. Waking the Buddha. Don't know what that one's about because I'm not looking at it yet, but it should be interesting. Pacific Northwest Foraging, which is about, well, it's a nonfiction book where it shows you, like, you know, edible plants and stuff. I like these books because when I was a kid I read Hatchet by Gary Paulson, and, you know, if I ever get in that scenario, I, you know, would like to survive. I also need to read The Hollow Ground, Fearless in Tibet, Euphoria, and there was one more, but I don't have it written on my list. Then I plan on reading some, you know, physical books because I really hate ebooks. They're very annoying, and, you know, I like the convenience, but I prefer to have something actually in my hands. So, let me show you some of the books I plan on reading that are, you know, real and tangible. One of the first books I plan on reading is The Ocean at the End of the Lane. One of my good friends, by Neil Gaiman. One of my good friends absolutely adores him. She has the Sandman tattooed on her back, and then she got to meet Neil Gaiman, and he signed her tattoo, and then she went and got his signature tattooed onto her back. So she adores him, so I just need to see what all the fuss is about, and that's why I picked up this book. And I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I do follow Neil Gaiman on Twitter, and he seems like a really great person, so I'm really interested to see how this book turns out. Another book I plan on reading, or at least, you know, reading a little bit more of, is The Portable Nietzsche, and I started it. I'm only a few pages in. I can't tell if you can see that. It's like right here. Yeah, barely a few pages in, but I would like to read more of this book. Yeah, I have no reason for wanting to read this book, other than I just do. I also would like to get a little more into Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass, and I got a little bit into it, but I haven't finished it yet, and I would like to finish it because nothing's worse than an unfinished book. I also plan on reading something a little more recent, other than, you know, The Ocean at the End of the Lane, and that would be The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. And I've heard a lot of good things about this book, but I haven't read it yet, and I really want to. I have no idea what it's about, but yeah, I'll see what it's about when I read it. I tend to be very ambitious in the list of books that I want to read, and my very, very ambitious goal for this month is to read at least one or two of these books, and they are all the books I own by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'd like to start with, you know, The Hobbit, and then move on to the Lord of the Rings series. I have those. And then I've read all of them before, But now I would like to read The Silmarillion, now that I actually own it. And I've heard lots of good things about it. This is probably one of my favorite book series. Well, I can't really think of any series that I actually like that much, except for these. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite series ever. I love it. I read it before the movie even came out, and if you remember, you know, what year the movies came out, you'd know that I was really young, or, you know, relatively young. So now I'm hoping that when I read them again, I'll understand more of it, and then I plan on watching the movies and like, oh, fangirling all over again. Really quick, I forgot to mention that I read The Transcriptionist by Amy Rowland, and I plan on doing a review for that very soon. I'm tempted to do a video review, but I'm not 100% certain. If I do, then I will probably be wearing the same shirt because I'll do it as soon as I finish with this video. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment telling me which books you're going to read this month, especially if you intend to bite off more than you can chew, like me. See you guys later. Bye.